Good. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray. South Pacific, Walter Winchell, Joe DiMaggio. Joe McCartney, Richard Nixon, Studebaker, Television. North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe. Many of you will know those lyrics from Billy Joel. And as I was putting this show together, I was like, how can I sum up what we've been doing this year so far at Studio 9? And I watched that video and I read those lyrics and I went, oh my gosh, people have been talking about social justice and social change for a long time. But I really believe the students that you are going to hear tonight are going to change the world. We have some students here who are performing in their fourth inspired word, and we have some students who are performing in their very first. And they are very nervous. So before I get on to them, I'm just going to introduce myself. For those of you I don't know, my name is Heather Crown. I am the middle school and high school humanities teacher at Studio 9. I would like to thank the RCA for hosting us this evening as we kick off our 2016-17 year with our social justice version of Free the World. Both the grade 8s and 9s class this year have been doing research on social justice issues of their choice. We have been presenting them in various ways, such as group presentations, visual essays, music, and the poetry you're about to hear tonight. I'd like to thank Raul James in the Inspired Word Cafe. He is the initial inspiration behind this night, and he continually supports Studio 9 by coming to our events and coming to talk to the students about social justice issues. So without further ado, I'm going to get this show on the way. First up, we have our band 10, 11, 12 class, and they are going to be doing their version of Imagine by John Lennon. going to continue now with the poetry portion of our show. And this year, I challenged all of my students to focus on spoken word poetry. Spoken word poetry really talks about senses and feelings and sights and tastes. So I asked them difficult questions. I asked them, what does gender inequality taste like? I challenge them. The first person I'm going to bring up, his name is Jeremy Hassler. This is his third or fourth time. He has really been inspired by beatboxing and a gentleman named Sammy. So without further ado, let's bring up Jeremy Hassler.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Hassler. I am a student from Studio 9. I'm grade 10, and I have written a poem. It's about poverty, and what inspired me was when I walk through the streets of Vancouver. All I see is people sitting there, sleeping on nothing but either cardboard or clothes they just found laying around. So, without further ado, here we go. Poverty. It is living in the streets. It is gaining the streaks. Day 113, begging for food. But all people are being rude while we are being misconstrued. Some give money to help gain rations so we can try to succeed in our passions. Gaining the streaks of the street beat. Day 125, begging for money. Children in poverty try to gain their basic sustenance, abusing substances while keeping their humbleness. 1 billion children are living in the streets. The beat of the street continues to thrive. Day 184, sleeping on the street. We sit on cardboard, begging, regretting our life decisions while embedding the sidewalk, forgetting the past, looking ahead, thinking of heaven. We all want heaven, but we live in hell. Beneath the world, on cardboard beds, trying to improve our health with meds. Help them when you see them in the streets. Give them a little spare change, as it may not be much to you, but it is everything they gain. It is a source of warm food and a way to gain shelter. A buck or two, and you will help put hope and happiness in their eyes of finally being able to eat some food after days, no weeks, no even months. Now, they can eat because a small donation you made that does nothing to change your pay. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. The next performer is Tamika Lucas, and her poem is called In This World, and it was inspired by human trafficking.
Hi, my name is Tamika Lucas. I'm in grade 8 at Studio 9. My inspiration for this poem was because we know that human trafficking is happening everywhere around us and we're not really doing anything about it. And with that, my poem is entitled In This World. My thoughts all swirl around in my head about human trafficking without it being said. When I wake in the day, this is all I have to say. I am not a victim, but I know people who are. I'm not going to name them because that would be bizarre. People say it's okay, people say it's fine, when really we don't know what's going on in their mind. They have quotes online to give you a sign, but that's not enough because the real story is rough. More than anything, better yet define everything. You'd be scared being said the stories I've been told, and one story could be enough, but you could be sold onto the market where people make you a supermarket, where you're raped and assaulted with all your wounds being salted, by the ones you fear and the ones who don't come near. People can save you from your mothers, but they won't stop talking about you and about others. Too bad for her. Why should we cry? We don't even recognize her as she walks by. She's been used and used and used. But she won't tell you that she's been abused. Heartfelt tears run down her face. She knows she's not coming home. She thinks she's a disgrace. To her family and friends, she can't wait until it ends. My thoughts all swirl around in my head about human trafficking without it being said. Now as I lay in my bed, I will be proud of what I said. Thank you.
Thank you, Tamika. I just want to remind you guys that these students picked their topic. They have chosen these issues and they're speaking from the heart and what really matters to them. So amazing job. I'm going to call up our first duet of the night. I challenged some of the students who have been here for a bit to take it kind of to the next level. So I have several partnerships or duets tonight. The first one is Harmony Smith and Ava Clark. Their poem is called I Am a Girl, and it's talking about gender equality.
Testing. Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay.
Hi, I'm Ava Clark,
And my name is Harmony Smith,
and we are grade 9 students at Studio 9.
and we will be doing a poem entitled I Am a Girl.
Does a woman have to push and plead her way to have a right?
We sit here saying, yeah, everyone has a right. But on the other side of the world, girls are being pushed around and sold on the market.
It's not okay for people to say being blonde means you're unintelligent.
It's not okay that an hourglass figure is considered true beauty.
Time is passing by and nothing has changed.
People say that you don't have to wear tall shoes or have to wear uncomfortable clothes. But if a girl stops doing those things, she will be pushed down and be called ugly just because she doesn't match up to a perfect woman.
I am a girl, and how am I supposed to feel knowing it's terrifying, walking alone at night, waiting to be ambushed by the loneliness that every girl possesses?
A war is going down. Women are getting pushed down by their own insecurities.
Trying to heal the wounds of another woman's cut.
Bombs of beauty products and perfumes are going off, trying to kill a woman's true self.
Girls' emotions are being passed around like a football, knocking down any other woman trying to protest.
We are girls, and we are not perfect. We do not fit up to society's perfect image, but we do believe in one thing.
Girls don't need to hide who they are. They need to embrace their true selves.
Don't stand in a mirror and count your flaws.
Look in the mirror and see that you are perfect, no matter what society thinks. Thank you
for listening.
Once again, their poem gave me goosebumps, or goddess bumps for all. Next up, we have Liel Shapiro. Liel fought and fought to write this poem. She wanted to write the perfect poem first, and I told her that wasn't allowed because I don't think you can ever write the perfect piece the first time. So I don't think it was until, this morning that she came to me and said, Miss Crown, we need to write the last line of this poem. But I think you'll very much enjoy it. Please welcome Liel Shapiro and her poem, Limitations.
Hello, my name is Liel Shapiro, and I'm a grade 10 student at Studio 9. I'm going to be reading a poem that I wrote about gender inequality called Limitations. Our past history reflects on the future that comes within the limitations of the present. In the past, it was believed to be true that women were inferior to men. Women were the gatherers, men were the hunters. Women stayed at home, men got jobs. Men were right and women were wrong. Men were strong and women were weak. If you think we've come a long way, just listen. Some of the limitations of the present. Oh, a man wouldn't understand. I won't work for a woman. Oh, be a man. Is it your time of the month again? He's, artistic. Why don't you just get back to the kitchen? Wait, you don't like sports? Madame CEO, can you get me a coffee? In the present, it is believed to be true that we are equal and much has changed, but it really hasn't. Women are mothers, men are CEOs, the homecoming queen and the quarterback, the social butterfly and the little scholar. In the future, I believe it to be true that men and women could truly be equal. Women can be business owners, men can be artistic, the female quarterback and the male ballerina, and there would be no gender limitations. Thank you.
Thank you, Liel. I get to work with these people every day. It's amazing and so inspiring. Next up, I'm going to ask Isaiah Paget to come to the stage, and he has a narrative about respect.
Sorry? Hello, my name is Isaiah, and I wrote a poem about respect. A boy. The boy grew up with loving parents. His parents always told him, worry about yourself and respect others. He always took that with him until around age 11, when he started to become judgmental. Fortunately, he never lost it. Years later, he is a man. The man has a daughter. She is a gift from God. The man takes his daughter to church. She feels loved and accepted. She absolutely loves God. A new student joins her class. He never wanted to spend a day alone. He always wanted a friend over, or just to talk and talk and talk and talk. He joins the new class, and after joyfully telling the pretty girl, I don't believe in the Bible because there's no proof, he gets hit. Then the man gets a call from the school. The man finds out that his daughter had hit the new student. The man asks her why she did this, and she tells him it was because the student didn't believe in God. The man tells his daughter, worry about yourself and respect others. Years later, the boy and the girl are best friends despite their differences. They chose to worry about themselves and respect others. Thank you.
Next up, we have a young lady by the name of Chloe Bishop, who is going to be speaking on women's rights.
Okay, thank you. Right here? Okay. Hi, my name is Chloe Bishop. I'm a grade 9 student at Studio9, and I have written a poem about abortion rights. The inspiration for this poem is what I see every day passing the hospital. The title for this poem is Who Are We to Say? Protesters facing off. What makes a life? Is it the simple act of sperm meeting egg? Is it the first heartbeat you hear at an ultrasound? Or is it the moment when a baby takes his first breath and enters the world? But who are we to say, baby on the way? Until we are in those shoes, we do not have a right to choose for someone else besides ourselves. Protesters, turn off. Turn off your thoughts that will pull you ahead. Turn off your actions that will slowly spread. Turn off your words that have been said. With the woman that you see, she is ready to flee. Do they even have any plans? And with a baby's life in their hands, we do not need to tell them that their choice is dumb. Protesters, facing off, turn off, knock it off. Thank you.
Thank you, Chloe. Next up is our second duet of the evening. It's Dakota Carpenter and Dylan Combati. Their poem is currently untitled, but they will be speaking towards bullying.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Okay. Hi, my name is Dylan Combati,
I'm Dakota Carpenter.
and we're students at Studio 9. And today we're going to be reading you a poem about bullying, as Miss Crown said. So, yeah.
You're not fake. You are great.
When people are making fun of you, they think it's cool, but it's not. They just look like a fool.
You are not fake. You are great. The reason they say all those things is because they are scared inside. Just because they say those things doesn't mean it is true.
You are not fake.
You are great.
Once they say it, what's done is done. You may be scared, but don't run. You can make it through.
You're not fake. You are great. People can stop saying,
but never stop saying.
We keep dancing in a circle, but never going anywhere.
Until now.
You're not fake. You are great. It is okay that you are different. You'll never be insignificant. People will always pick a fight, but you'll always shine bright. You are not fake. You are great.
We think we have won the fight, but we haven't. It just all keeps piling up and never ending. With all the new things trending, none of it is for the ending. Despite the fight, we need to unite, to take flight, to show we can shine bright.
You are not fake.
You are great.
Thank you, gentlemen. For our final performance before intermission, I am going to call up Liam. He is also speaking towards gender inequality. They're just coming out of the woodwork over there. I love it.
Okay. So you may be noticing a trend here with all the intros. All of the students presenting are from Studio 9. So I don't think I really need to say that I am from that school, because you can then safely assume that. But other way, I'm in grade 8. I am Liam Goyle, and this is my poem called Ink, Tin, and Old Food. Think whatever you want. Is it a possibility that I could take a moment of your time to ask a question about individuality that we also make a crime? And without delay, I will ask, how would you feel if every day of your life you were abused sexually, physically, and mentally for the rest of your life? It may sound like hell, but it's reality. It's your parents and friends who have no morality every single day, all because you aren't a heterosexual adult male. Can you taste the ink from the printer? It prints your instability. Can you feel the sharp edge of the can? It cuts you off from the right side of society. What about the smell of rot when courage goes stale and turns to fear because the printer is coming and you're the last piece of paper? However, I should say this only applies if you aren't an adult heterosexual guy. Why is it you follow me? Pretend not to care. But if you catch me, I can only assume that the best of intentions aren't in your air. The power's on and the wetness in your hair. You're almost at the cord, but which one is it? Which one? Which one? Which one? It's your cord or yours. Both solve the problem but create more wounds. Can you taste the ink from the printer? It prints all insanity. It seems no one cares. And does it matter any longer? Because the printer is coming, and you're the last piece of paper.
With that, I am going to take us to intermission. Little Rock, Pasternak, Mickey Mantle, Currach, Sputnik, Chow and Lao, Bridge on the River Kwai, Lebanon, Charles de Gaulle, California baseball, Starkweather, homicide, children of the Litamide. I'd like to ask all of my performers to make their way back into the space here. We're going to get started. We started out this evening with the K1s talking about the environment, and I want to bring that back for Colby Kneller. This is his 4th time. He's a pro. He has a poem titled Realize.
Hello, my name is Colby, and I'm a grade 10 student, and I'm presenting a poem on global warming because, in my opinion, I think that this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest issue that my generation and generations to come will have to deal with if not only the human generations, but the humans in general, or the world to survive. That's why I think global warming is important, and it's called Realize. As we cry, we realize the fires of the earth rise. We will not grow high if we listen to these lies. Don't you see? We need to realize. As the car drives, the emissions rise and makes us die. Why don't you realize? As the plane dives, we need to memorize. This is killing the fish, the deer, and the flies. Please, just realize. Just realize this doesn't need to make us cry, as long as we don't cross the line. By making the CO2, the methane, the emissions die, then we can have our heads held high.
Thank you, Colby. Next is, once again, no stranger to the stage, Alex Ingram Dallaire. She is speaking towards poverty, and her poem is entitled No Home, No Worries.
Hello, my name is Alex Ingram Dallaire. I'm a student at Studio9, and this poem was inspired by something that I heard on the radio. There was a guy who was supposedly homeless that died in front of TELUS, and I didn't really have a topic, so I decided to write about that. So this poem is called No Home, No Worries. Lying on the cold, bitter ground, disgusted. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. No privacy, no clothes, no place to call home. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. Can't dream, can't wish, can't wonder why. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. No love, no acknowledgement, no sense of hope. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. Full stomachs, warm beds, no limit to dreams. I would want that to happen to me. No worries, new styles, entertainment to please. I would want that to happen to me. To be seen, to be heard, and to have an opinion. I would want that to happen to me. Family reunions, wild parties, and unconditional love. I would want that to happen to me. When will it happen to me? Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Alex. Next, I'm going to call up Delana Abagouche. Her poem is called Tears of Help, and it was inspired by a trip to Egypt.
Hello, everyone. My name is Delana Abagouche. I'm a grade 9 student at Studio 9. And today I'll be reciting a poem that I wrote about my trip to Egypt when I was 5. At the age of 5, I stood in front of an Egyptian pyramid and looked up. I feel small. I turned my head and saw a sad little girl staring at me. I feel confused. She looks tired and weak. Her clothes are torn and dirty. She only has one shoe on her foot as the other blistered from the sun. I feel sorry for her. She lifts her head and looks at me. Tears in her eyes. My heart feels broken, but I want to help. She walked up to me with her hands open and her eyes asking for help. I reached into my wallet. I reached into my bag and grabbed out my wallet. As I gave her my wallet,
As I gave her my wallet, Her rough hands touched mine. I was proud to help someone that really needed it.
Even though it was only $5 in the wallet, it meant the world to her. Her mom came up to me and wanted to give me something in return. They both gave me a hug. And gave me a statue of the Sphinx. That made me feel special. To this day, I still remember that small act of kindness, and I hope she does too. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Delana. Next up, I'm going to call up a young lady by the name of Zinea. She has written a very fabulous poem about gender equality, and it's called Our Time Is Now. Zinea, please come on up.
Hello everyone, my name is Zinea and I'm in grade 8 at Studio 9, and today I will be performing a poem that I have written on gender inequality called Our Time Is Now, so I hope you like it. Gender inequality is the sight of a girl picking on a boy because he loves to dance. This is not right. Gender inequality is the sound of a gunshot against a woman's back when she was merely grocery shopping. This needs to end. Gender inequality is the scent of a girl cooking because she is told that the kitchen is her only place. We can stop this. Gender inequality is the feeling of not being taken seriously because you are one gender and not another. We will stop this. Gender equality is accepting that a boy can dance if he wants to. This is right. A casual conversation without judgment and without gunshots. This should not end. Having more than just a women's bathroom and a men's bathroom. This is what we are meant to do. Listening to what someone has to say before assuming that they are right or wrong because of their gender. This is equality, and equality is the future. We can't change the future in the future, but we can start changing it in the present. We need to be equal. Our time is now. Thank you.
Thank you, Zinea. Now comes the time in the show where I have students who aren't in my class reading poetry. I have this tag along. Her name is Maddie, and if I recall, about 3 years ago, I couldn't get her onto the stage. Sometimes now I can't get her to shh. But she's going to be taking a look at a fairly serious matter. However, she's taken to lightening it a little bit. So I'm going to ask Maddie Bishop to come forward with her partner, Isaiah Paget, and Maddie's take on bipolar disorder.
Okay. Hi, I'm Maddie,
I'm Isaiah.
and we're going to read you a poem I made about bipolar.
Bipolar disorder.
The manic,
The depressed.
in between is the rest. Introductions, yeah, let's do those. I'm Mania. I swing by every once in a while and make us do crazy things. For example, climbing on everything I see for no particular reason.
Why do I exist?
Oh, ignore him. That's depression. He's kind of a downer. He likes to look back on things we've done and wallow in regret.
Life is pointless.
Just introduce yourself.
I mean, I'm depression, I guess. You know, I'm not really feeling this. Can we do it another time?
If I ate a bunch of leaves, would I turn into a tree?
Oh, no.
I'm gonna do it.
No.
Oops, too late.
You just ate a pile of leaves in the school playground, got arrested, and now they think we're crazy.
I'm not seeing the downside to this situation.
Uh-oh.
I got it. Let's just fight the police.
No, you're on timeout. I guess I have to deal with you guys now. Well, let's go through a day in my life. So we start up, I wake up, I usually stare at the ceiling for about 45 minutes, then I roll out of bed, and then I go lie down again, but on the couch. Yeah, then I go to bed, and sometimes I get some food.
Boring. So, the doctor prescribed me some of these mood stabilizers to help me out, but my creative juices just weren't really flowing, so I got off of them.
Did what?
You see, I just didn't really like them.
Ugh.
Isn't this fun?
No, I'm done. We're over.
No, wait. I can make this better. I can change. I'll get help.
Really?
Yeah. How about we go to the store and buy all the toothpaste?
Thank you, Maddie and Isaiah. I'm just going to call up our next contestants here. That would be Corbin Carpenter, Zoe Welch. Their poem is called High Expectations, and I'm just going to preface this with Corbin has never written a poem before. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Corbin.
I'm Zoe.
We, along with all these other wonderful students, belong to Studio9. Me and Zoe wrote this poem on expectations that media and society put on men and women. Part of our inspiration was I had to do a freestyle presentation in front of the class, and so she gave me the topic of women to talk about, and so I just had to compile things off the top of my head.
We see high expectations, men and women,
ideals of nations,
images of Barbie and Ken, pretty girls,
strong boys.
The media creates so much noise. Graceful, self-critical, modest.
Strong, manly, emotionless. I am a man. I am persuaded by media and expectation. I think to be strong and manly.
I am a girl, a lady, a woman. I am crazy and neurotic. I get him to lift me up once I fall. I have an image of a glossy paper body.
I must be Mr. Prince Charming. I'm pushed to be a breadwinner. I need to be in control, and I'm taught to show no weakness.
I close the page on this. It must show my values and consent. I am a girl, though not every girl. I have kissed society which have left my lips red, and I see blue through my gray eyes. I sit one leg over the other, back straight.
We see high expectations, young and old.
Trying to fit an image causes frustrations, just doing what we're told.
Good girls,
bad boys.
The world demands perfect poise. Aggressive, detached, angry.
Small, dependent, dainty. I am so different. I am bare-shouldered and clean-faced. I demand to erase the like button.
I am a man, though not every man. I've given in to false demand. I know I'm not alone.
I want every girl to love herself. I am with every female who kissed society. I am a lady, and I broke society's heart.
I'm a lover of art and music. I strive to be kind and gentle. I want to be different and unique, but I still feel I need to be Superman. I am one in a million. I'm Corbin.
I'm Zoe.
Thank you both very much. It's really hard to believe we're down to our last two presentations for the evening. Both of them are new to my Free the Word stage, but I am going to ask Nevada to come up, and she is speaking towards relationship abuse.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nevada Christia Netherton. I'm a grade 9 student at Studio 9, and this is my poem about relationship abuse. This poem was inspired by things not only I have experienced, but things my friends have experienced as well. So I hope you enjoy. My poem is entitled Wounded. There's a heart-wrenching sight that you might not see, the toxic gaze of soulless eyes that have spilled tears of despair, that dampens the mask that victims are obligated to bear. There's a tone society doesn't hear. The fragmented pitch of a human life begging for aid while there's overlooked as their pain and insanity. There's a scent that perhaps you don't smell. The scent of a crimson, iron-infused liquid seeping from the wounds of the beaten and the broken. Or maybe the salted tears that diminish from the colored orbs that carry a sense of depression with them. Maybe the touch has touched you. The touch of shattered glass against wounded feet, opening wounds within the soul. Or maybe the stab of fragmented memories, ripping through the heart until it's just another tattered piece of cloth, reminding you of the words they tell and the corrupted hell you've been through. There must be a taste your tongue hasn't tasted. The taste of wasted wine, crimson and salted liquids, tripping over our taste buds, accompanied by the tension that stings our tongues. Where mouths run dry and all that remains is the cracked voice and a bad taste left behind. Do you know what it feels like? Because it feels as if the sediment of your being were being torn into scraps of meaningless fabric, as if you were hit with the hardest obstacles possible in your path. What runs through your mind? Sentences and exclamation, self-blame and self-hate programming itself into your brain while you try to tell yourself that you are okay. Simple words and phrases that destructive fiend in charge has used to make you feel useless to the point where you feel a secret insanity of your own coming from your crumbling conscience. When a person fakes a smile, you can still see the broken soul through their eyes. You can still hear the shaking tone threaded through their voice. You can still smell the salted tears dried on their cheeks. You can still feel the tension and fear seeping through their mangled heart. You can still taste the sentiment of self-blame, and normally you will think, they look so happy. Thank you.
I love my students. I just had about 4 people come up to me and say, Piper and Melody haven't gone, you skipped them. So no, sorry guys, you don't get off tonight. I'm gonna bring up to the stage now Piper Kinnear and Melody with their poem on gender equality.
Oh, wait, both of us? Okay.
Hi, my name is Piper Kinnear.
And my name is Melody Tatarin.
And we're both in grade 9.
Our poem is about gender inequality, and it's called Forced to Be.
Why do you have to put on a mask every day to be considered pretty?
Because I'm a woman. Why do you have to wear sticks on your feet to make you feel more powerful?
Because I'm a woman. Why do you have to be afraid walking alone at night?
Because I'm a woman. Why do you have to be expected to stay home, do the work, clean up his mess, and wait for him to come home?
Because I'm a woman. As a woman, my ideas and opinions are not as valid as a man's.
As a woman, I've been told that I can't be beautiful without curves, but I can't be fat.
As a woman, I've been told that short hair is only for boys, and if I do shave my hair, I'd be considered butch.
Women everywhere are striving to meet these beauty standards that someone made up.
But with the quote-unquote perfect woman, it seems like changing every day. We are forced to keep up.
Why are we forced to be this way?
Why are we forced to be scared?
Why can't I run the world?
Because I'm a woman.
Thank you, girls. For our final presentation today, I'm going to call up a student by the name of Morgan Crucial. Her poem is entitled More Than Just a Word.
Hello, my name is Kaya Morgan Crucial, and I will be sharing my poem, More Than Just a Word. Nothing fits, nothing's comfortable, nothing is safe. The same bed I've had for years is now uncomfortable and I can't sleep, but I can't move, because you might hear me and be able to read my mind and hear the crazy thoughts going through my head at this hour. wondering what it would be like one. But I promise myself it's not the thoughts in my head that are keeping me awake. No late night questions. You are not the reason I'm laying here as I quake. It's not the thoughts in my head. It's just the bed. It must be the bed. It's the bed. My clothes don't fit, and I just don't get it. No matter how much I tear, scratch, or pick, I feel vulnerable. I feel like being able to walk down the street without having a mental breakdown should make me honorable. No, you're not a freak. There must be another reason you're shaking down to your feet. I'm sinking, drowning, searching for a hint or a word of what I am. Transgender, a burst of air in my lungs. Transgender, a word in my brain slowly driving me insane. Transgender, make me feel normal at first, but a freak in the end. Once they give a name to your sickness, it only gets worse. Transgender, what am I, girl, boy? Neither, both. Staring in the mirror at the body I loathe. Transgender, no, I can't tell you what's wrong. You always say you love me for me, so why even bother telling you who I want to be? Transgender, a word I've fallen in something with love, hate, a denial of fate. Transgender, a seed planted in my head that has grown into a dream of one day being able to say hello. I am transgender, and no, that does not mean I'm confused, and no, that does not mean you can beat me up in alleyways, and no, that does not mean I'm just butch or hella gay, and no, that does not mean I'm any less human than you. I'm no less human than you are. Transgender, just a dream. That might one day be a reality. Thank you.
I don't actually have words for you because every time I've heard that poem, I get the goosebumps all over again. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it. Just before I close, I have 3 girls over there with flowers. I think they need to come up here or something.
Hi, we would just like to thank Mrs. Crown and Mr. Steve for putting all this together and working so hard to make this happen, because all we've been doing is working hard and hard, and they've just kept us going and going, so we'd like to give them these.
I hope you like them.
I just want to close off tonight by saying I can't believe that I get to work with these students all the time, every day, and I get to see what they truly believe and what they truly feel. I do believe these young people will change the world, and you will see more of our social justice theme at our January show. It is called #SocialChange. Thank you and good evening.